This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Family patriarch dies heartbroken after Clarendon relatives murdered. Family patriarch James Wright, 81, died of a broken heart over the slaying of his granddaughter and her 4 grandchildren in Cocopee's Clarendon, relatives says. Winsome Wright, aunt of Kamisha Wright, 31, the mother of the murdered children, gave the sad tale of her father's demise at a Friday evening's wake for the victims who will be buried on Sunday. "Me lose sick somebody cause my father take it to heart," she told the news at the event underway in Turner's district. Wright says her dad was hospitalized and died about a week after the June 21 tragedy that has rocked the nation. Confined to his hospital bed, Wright said the elderly man spent his last days bemoaning his relatives' murder. "Him keep on said them kill him Grand Pitney," Wright shared. Struggling to find words, the aunt said it has been a tough time for the family, adding that they are dreading the mass funeral on Sunday. Scores of relatives donning the faces of the victims on shirts are gathered at a memorial mounted in the victims' honor. Kamisha Wright, along with her 4 children, Commander Smith, 15, Cheryl Lee Smith, 11, Raphaela Smith, 5, and the 23-month-old Kishon Henry Jr., were found with their throats slashed at their home. Their cousin Roshane Barnett, 23, has pleaded guilty to the murders. Pedro Keys to be declared a protected area for Jamaica 60. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced the Pedro Keys are likely to be declared protected by year-end. Holness made the announcement Friday during a ceremony to designate the Black River Morass as a protected area in St. Elizabeth. He said the government has taken deliberate steps towards protecting the environment. "We have protected the cockpit country, and today we are happy to declare that the Black River Morass area is now protected. That means with these actions, Jamaica would have protected 25% of its landmass," Holness said. "There is a 3rd area of protection to come, which is the Pedro Keys area. Hopefully I will get that in cabinet in a few weeks, and then after that we can move to declaration," the Prime Minister announced. "Within our 68th year of independence, we should be able to hear that we have moved past 30% of our geographical space under legislative protection," he noted. Meanwhile, Holness said the celebration of Jamaica 60 is not all about the festivities, but an opportunity to reflect on the environment in which Jamaicans want to live in another 60 years. "Sometimes we have to sit and think seriously on the things we need to do to be able to enjoy today and further," Holness said. Policeman to be questioned July 30 over Donnelly Donaldson's disappearance. Policeman Noel Maitland, who has been arrested in the Donnelly Donaldson case, is to be questioned by detectives on Saturday. His attorney, Christopher Townsend, says the session is scheduled for 1 p.m. The constable was arrested on Wednesday by detectives from the police's counter-terrorism and organized crime branch, who said there was adequate evidence linking their colleague to the disappearance. The 24-year-old social media influencer from Kingston was reported last seen at Maitland's apartment at the Chelsea Manor in New Kingston on July 11. Her mother reported her missing on July 13. Townsend remains upset that Maitland was brought before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday and remanded for 10 days without his knowledge. "I am disappointed and I am a bit surprised that the matter was taken before the court and the decision made without my client being heard. I can only assume that he was not heard because counsel was not informed, and of course we wouldn't be present because we are not informed," he said. The lawyer added something as important as his liberty to be determined without his input in it is, to the best of my knowledge, unusual. Certainly it feels a little bit unjust. Maitland, being ordered remanded by a parish judge, prevented Friday's hearing of an application for the release of the policeman from custody. Townsend said he was only made aware on Friday when he turned up in court to apply for a writ of habeas corpus for Maitland's immediate release. Townsend said it was when he was about to make the application that he was told that a judge had remanded Maitland. The Jamaica Constabulary Force did not make any public announcement about the policeman's court appearance. Earlier on Friday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitzbailey said the case is still being treated as a matter involving a missing person amid reports elsewhere in the media that the case was upgraded to murder. "I don't know where they got that from, but we are doing a missing person investigation," he told the news. Man acquitted of firearms charge 2 years after arrest. A man who the police claimed shot at them before escaping from a plaza in St. Andrew 2 years ago has been acquitted of firearm charges. Tessano Barnett was found not guilty of 3 counts of illegal possession of a firearm and assaulting a police officer when he appeared in the Gun Court Division of the Home Circuit Court on Thursday. It was alleged that on September 14, 2020, the police was informed that Mr. Barnett and other men were in a car carrying guns. 3 cops assigned to the Matilda's Corner Police Station went to the location and saw the vehicle. It was reported that one of the passengers fired at the police before exiting the car and made his escape over a fence. The police reported that an illegal gun was found in the vehicle. Mr. Barnett was later arrested and charged. During the trial, Mr. Barnett's attorney, Vincent Wellesley, argued that there was no evidence to support how his client was apprehended. He also pointed to the lack of DNA evidence and inconsistencies and the discrepancies in the statements given by the 3 police officers concerning identity. Mr. Barnett was subsequently found not guilty. Minimum Wage Commission to make new recommendations by early 2023. The National Minimum Wage Advisory Commission is looking to complete regional consultations and submit its report to the government for review by the first quarter of 2023. The consultations, which are currently underway, are aimed at garnering suggestions and feedback as the Commission seeks to review the national minimum wage and the minimum wage for industrial security guards. Dr. Ronald Robinson, chairman of the National Minimum Wage Advisory Commission, has said that in light of the high cost of living, feedback on the issue is urgent. Following the second in a series of consultations in Oteria St. Anne on Wednesday, Dr. Robinson told the news that there was consensus among employers for the national minimum wage to be increased to between $12,000 and $15,000 per week. The minimum wage was increased by 28.5% on April 1 this year, moving from $7,000 to $9,000 per 40-hour work week. The minimum wage for industrial security guards went up from $9,700 to $10,500 per 40-hour work week. Senate approves new road traffic regulations. The way is now cleared for an intensified clampdown on bad drivers as the Senate on Friday approved the new road traffic regulations. The regulations contain 299 orders grouped into 13 parts, which provide for a slate of new offenses and hefty fines under the Road Traffic Act. It will allow for the installation of electronic devices to, among other things, detect motorists who drive above the speed limit, disobey traffic signals, make improper turns, or operate a vehicle without a valid certificate of fitness or insurance. The regulations, which were approved in the House of Representatives on July 5, also provide for the issuing of traffic tickets via electronic means. During Friday's debate in the Senate, a number of the members expressed hope that the regulations will have some impact in discouraging indiscipline on the roads. The deaths of 4 persons from Sunday's 2-vehicle crash on the Landover Main Road in St. Anne were highlighted during the presentations. Senator Cavan Gale appealed for the new road traffic regulations to be enforced to stop the carnage on the roads.
In the future, I believe there should be an insertion or an addition that treats with the improper usage of the filter lane.
During the debate, Senator Don Webby said the local insurance companies have seen an increase in claims from motor vehicle crashes.
In 2021, the insurance industry incurred $14 billion Jamaican dollars of motor claims, a 10% increase in 2020. 10.9 billion, or 77% of this amount, is due to physical damage of motor vehicles. And for third party, and 3.2 billion, or 23%, is attributed to bodily injury. That 23% is significant. Can you imagine, Senator Sinclair, the stress that has put on our hospital systems?
Mentally ill man accused of attacking police officers freed. A mentally ill man who was accused of attacking cops inside the Junction police station in St. Elizabeth in 2019 was freed of assault charges on Thursday in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court. Christopher Elliott, 35, was freed following submissions by his attorney Christopher Townsend. Prosecutors reported that on April 5, 2019, Mr. Elliott went to the Junction police station and began behaving in a boisterous manner. Attempts were made to subdue him, and this led to a scuffle. Mr. Elliott was accused of disarming one of the cops of his baton and using it to inflict blows. Two of the cops shot Mr. Elliott, resulting in him being partially paralyzed after bullets damaged his spinal cord. During his submissions, Mr. Townsend highlighted that it was well known that Mr. Elliott suffered from schizophrenia and urged the judge to dismiss the case. The judge agreed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.